Hello everyone, good evening. I'm Shreya Dhoundial. There has been a big setback for the makers of the film Kerala Files. A day before its release, the Kerala High Court has stalled the release of the film. The stay will stay in place for the next 15 days, and the censor board will now have to consider the objections that have been raised by the petitioner who knocked the doors of the court. In a stinging observation, the court said prima facie there was an absence of application of mind by the censor board while granting certification to the film. The court said that while it is usually very hesitant to interfere with the release of films, it had to step in because the alleged content of the film could have the genuine potential of inciting communal disharmony. It said, and I'm quoting the court here now, dissemination of content which has a tendency to create discord, disturb law and order, and even undermine social harmony cannot come within the gamut of freedom of speech and expression enshrined in our Constitution. The court also observed that despite them asking for a screening of the film, the producers were reluctant to do so and actually never showed up. The producer Vipul Shah, who has seen a legal fight even with the first edition of the Kerala Files, Kerala Story, I beg your pardon, is now likely to approach the Supreme Court. In fact, we are getting a first political reaction to the big developments in the High Court. Let's listen in.
This is expression of hate. We all know that. That is what they are trying for, political agenda. Completely a propaganda movie. We all know that what Kerala is. So why they need to portray Kerala like so? Despite of they also knowing that it's not a real story and claiming it to be on real incidents. So it is completely a propaganda movie, and we thank for the intervention by Honorable Court.
मुझे लगता है बहुत ही स्वागत योग्य फैसला है जिस प्रकार से आज भारतीय जनता पार्टी एक मीडिया और फिल्म इंडस्ट्री के बड़े धड़े से प्रोपेगेंडा मूवीज बनवा रही है और जिस प्रकार से देश को भ्रमित करने का, देश में नफरत फैलाने का अपने टूल किट के आधार पर काम कर रही है, इसके ऊपर कहीं ना कहीं जो केरला हाई कोर्ट ने रोक लगाई है, बहुत ही स्वागत योग्य फैसला है। मुझे लगता है और जगह भी न्यायपालिका को स्वतः संज्ञान लेके ऐसे विषयों पर कार्रवाई करने की आवश्यकता है।
दिस फिल्म केरला स्टोरी is a clear narration of the situation prevailing in Kerala. It is a Kerala story itself. I have seen the first part. So why the government and Congress, the CPM and Congress, they want to appease the communal forces in Kerala. That is why they are resisting, opposing the Kerala story film.
The legal knock to Kerala Files was triggered when its trailer dropped right in the middle of election season. Remember, there is an election in the state this year. The trailer spoke of India becoming an Islamic republic by 2047 and showed Hindu girls being forced to eat beef after their marriage to Muslim men. Kerala's chief minister called it a hate-mongering film. The left organized beef festivals in the state to make their point. In response, the producer Vipul Shah held an elaborate press conference parading victims of quote-unquote love jihad and said his attempt was to raise awareness about an evil that stalked young Hindu girls in India. But the matter reached court with the petitioner arguing that when the title says Kerala Story, the attempt is to defame Kerala. The counter-argument made in court was, take a look at the full title. It says Kerala Story 2 goes beyond, which means that the story was actually pan-India. But ladies and gentlemen, the war of words in any case is underway. Colonel Dini is the spokesperson of the Kerala BJP joining us on the broadcast. Mithun Vijay Kumar is a political analyst. Professor Ronnie K. Baby, spokesperson of the Kerala Pradesh Congress Committee, joining us on the broadcast. Saira Halim is an activist, is joining us on behalf of the left in Kerala. And Professor Atikur Rahman is a political analyst. He is joining us on the broadcast as well. Ladies and gentlemen, first things first, thank you very much for being with us here on the show. Can I start by asking you, Colonel Dini, how you react to what the Kerala High Court has said? The Kerala High Court essentially has found merit in the petitions that were filed before it to say, look, the film has the potential to disturb communal harmony in Kerala. That is the agenda. And the court has found merit in it.
Ma'am, as far as Kerala BJP goes, we have been very consistent regarding our stand towards this movie and the previous movies, and that is that we believe that every citizen of India is free to make any movie, whatever he or she wants to, or based on any story.
Okay.
Provided it gets a certificate from the censor board. It's up to the people then to decide whether people should watch that movie or not. We are against any kind of banning. We are against any kind of boycott. We are against suppressing this freedom of expression is what has been a consistent stand.
Okay.
Right from Mr. Rajiv Chandrasekhar ji, our state president, and everybody has held on to this view that we believe that there should be a freedom of expression and anybody and everybody should be free to make any movie as they choose. Now the problem is that those people who are opposing the movie now are the same people who were propagating another movie which was released a few months back rather, in Kerala, which actually what the Honorable High Court said was applicable to that movie also, and that movie was Empuran. Now if this particular movie was is trying to show a particular community or is trying to build communal discord. Okay. What was that movie? That movie was also against a particular state, and it was a one-sided story of the Gujarat riot which happened. So therefore, I think we should have a consistent view. Either you should allow all movies or you should ban all movies. It can't have been double standards.
Okay, but in that case, Colonel Denny, why did the central government led by the BJP ban 19 foreign films that were participating in the 30th Kerala Film Festival? Freedom of speech has to cut both ways.
Absolutely. See,
we cannot be hypocritical.
Absolutely, ma'am. Absolutely. I agree with you. See, now the issue is when you say that there is a freedom of expression comes with a rider. Whether it is even in our article, it comes with reasonable restriction. If it is under that reasonable restriction, definitely there will be issues there. My question is, is it the first time that there are movies which has been banned banned by any government? No. Previous governments also have shown certain issues in which the movies cannot be shown. So that is up to the, there is a procedure in place wherein the censor board takes a call. And as now you can see, the thing has gone to the court. Now it's gone to the High Court. Then people can go to the Supreme Court. And then whatever the Supreme Court says, we will abide by it. So that is the rule position.
Okay, but here's the point, Colonel Denny, and I'm going to get Saira Shah Halim here. The point is, the entire controversy and the matter before the court has been pitched as a communal risk versus creative freedom. What do you choose? What does a state choose? Saira Halim, would you want to come in here? Colonel Denny is saying, look, the fact is every film deserves to be released. There is something called freedom of expression in this country.
Okay, so I agree with the freedom of speech part, but however, let us be very clear, under the Indian Constitution, under Article 19(2), it states the freedom of speech is not absolute, and it can be restricted in the interest of public harmony and safety and security. Now, let us be very clear, the CBFC did not apply its mind, in how the film might trigger unrest or communal disturbance. And it is very clear that censorship is not just about cuts, it's also about assertion, certain social and moral responsibility we have to show. We have to ensure that the content does not disrupt communal amity in public life or in private life or whatever. And these checks and balances are very important. Whenever any film is passed, like again, I'm iterating, CBFC's job is not just making cuts. It is also to apply its mind. Now, if a film teaser, I've seen the film teaser, okay? It is a very provocative teaser. And it shows a tendency, it might show that it might trigger passions or a communal flame or some kind of discord. I think the state has that primary duty to ensure that it safeguards its interests.
No, I don't understand how the release of a film...
any kind of violence.
But I don't understand how the release of a film can disturb the communal harmony of a state. The court is saying that Kerala is a state that lives in complete communal harmony. If they do, they can easily dismiss the Kerala story too as a figment of someone's imagination and let it go. Why create such a ruckus over it?
I think let's jog down a memory. The first Kerala files that came out, it had already created a very polarized atmosphere. So there's no disputing that. And releasing a sequel, okay, with a similar theme when it is talking about.
But did that, Sairaji, did that communal? No, you are saying Kerala story one created a communal atmosphere in the state. Did it lead to any communal violence?
No, they were these very low-key, incidents across the country. Now the film is a propaganda film that is portraying the state as a hub of fanaticism. And that contradicts the lived reality of how people in Kerala live. And I think you might just call it anything. Why do you need to take the name Kerala Files?
Good point.
That is simply...
Good point. Mithun Vijay Kumar, that is an
distorting
argument that was made in court. Right? The producers are defending themselves by saying what? They are saying, look, this is not the story of just Kerala. This is the story across India, where girls are lured by Muslim men, they are converted, they get married, and then all sorts of things happen to them. The point that is being made by the petitioner in court is, if this is a pan-India story, why are you calling it the Kerala story too? Call it the India story too, or anything else. If you name Kerala, it means you're trying to defame Kerala and its people.
See, it's not defaming Kerala and its people. It's inspired by certain incidents in Kerala, and I believe every movie maker has that right in our country. They're not creating a documentary, they're creating a movie. And, the left and the Congress, they're acting like this movie is deleted forever. This has happened many times in the history of Indian cinema, right? Padmavat was actually banned by 4 states, but Supreme Court cleared it. Udta Punjab had, almost 89 cuts by the censor board itself. Then High Court released it with just 1 cut. Black Friday. I can go on naming a lot of movies.
No, even Kerala Story 1, you remember it was banned in the state of West Bengal. The matter reaches the Supreme Court and the Supreme Court overturns the ban. So that is exactly what is going to happen to what the High Court has said. In any case, the High Court's order is an interim order.
I'll tell you one thing. The reason why this is happening in this country is because this is a result of a very smart game played by the left, Congress, and especially our Chief Minister, Pinarayi Vijayan. Out of the entire trailer, what they did was they picked up one scene about beef and made it, the national headline. And you know why? Because they know that in Kerala, beef is an emotion, and by shouting about beef, they want the viewers to forget about all the incidents, all the other incidents that are being shown about the 100 ISIS recruitments that have happened in Kerala, which CM itself admitted to. They want you to forget about the leaked intelligence report of Kerala police itself, which says that radical outfits have certain impunity in Kerala, and they are using the dinner plate of Malayalis to hide all the other incidents that is happening in Kerala. It's a classic distraction trick that actually worked out, and now the court is actually worried.
I'm beginning to wonder, Mithun. I'm beginning to wonder if this dropping this provocative trailer, etc., was all a publicity stunt by the makers of the film. If you want to release a film, you will ensure that the circumstances surrounding the film are not surrounded in controversy. And if you drop a trailer that is provocative and is bound to create controversy, then it is nothing but a publicity stunt. They probably knew that this would happen. The good thing in the film world is there is no such thing as bad publicity. You get publicity, people will get curious, they will go to watch. Kerala Story 1 was also watched very well by people across this country. It was a hit. It generated 300 crore rupees. It won 2 national awards. Give me a minute here. There is breaking news coming in. And ladies and gentlemen, I want you to stay here. The Kerala Story 2 storm is once again in court. We are now hearing that a division bench will be hearing the matter in about 15 minutes from now at 7:30 p.m. This is an urgent hearing that the court has agreed to, because remember, the film is supposed to release tomorrow. Today, the Kerala High Court has put a stay on it for 15 days till the censor board looks into its contents once again. Let me go straight across to Arpita, who's joining us on the broadcast. Arpita, what more details?
Well, the producers appealed to division bench, and now division bench has agreed to urgently hear the matter at 7:30, because they have been saying that the producers are saying that already promotions are done, every teaser is out, trailer is out, and it's supposed to release the movie tomorrow, that is 27th of February. So last minute, the High Court putting a stay on it was a big setback for them, and that is why they have now appeal to the division bench, and they have agreed to hear the matter urgently at 7:30 p.m. That is in next 15 minutes. So we need to see what happens there, because earlier the court, while staying the movie for 15 days, had said that prima facie there was an absence of application of mind by the CBFC while granting certification. And it also asked CBFC to consider the revision petitions filed by the petitioners before the board within a period of 2 weeks.
All right.
So now it needs to be seen what happens at 7:30 p.m.
All right. So 7:30 p.m. is when the urgent hearing happens at the division bench. Will the division bench give the go-ahead to Kerala Story 2 to be released tomorrow? Arpita, you're keeping track of that story. We'll be coming back to you. Professor Atikur Rahman, you've heard Mithun's argument. You have heard Colonel Denny's argument. Please help me understand why, if the Kerala Story 2 is the lived experience of even just 3 women, the filmmakers are saying we have 20 case studies, we have done our research. The moment we are asked, we will present these young women, and they have presented a lot of young women in front of the media as well to narrate their tales. My entire point is that even if there is an exaggeration, even if the producers are saying there are many such women across the country, and they don't have a figure to this many, and even if this is the lived experience of 3 women, should there be a problem in releasing the film? Problem kya hai?
Yes, Shreya, we can have 2 opinions regarding this, that in the name of freedom of speech and expression, the film should be released. But what I would say is the damage has been done already. Maybe within 15 minutes, the film may get a go-ahead, but the damage already has been done. And we have seen the damage in Gujarat, when the Gujarat government says that youngsters will have to seek the letter from the parents before a marriage. People are peeping adult, young Indian citizens. That's the damage such films are doing to our society. You may say, no, it is not, the aftershock is not there. There were no riots. The film got okay. Kerala one was okay. But the damage already has been done. Maybe they may go tomorrow to the Supreme Court. After 15 days, the same story will be, repeated. The damage has already been done to our social fabric, that not only the people, the common people, the governments are coming out with legislation saying that youngsters will have to inform their parents before marriage. No, this is freedom of speech and expression we have come down to.
Okay, but the court has something to say about the freedom of speech and expression today as well. The court is saying if there is something that actually disturbs the social fabric and the communal harmony of a state, that will not be covered under the gamut of freedom of speech and expression. But anyhow, Professor Baby, can you just come in here? This is a point that has been made in court before as well, because this is not the first time that a film has reached court, and this is not the last time a film will reach court. The point that is being made is, it is not the producer's responsibility to ensure, law and order in a state because of a film. It is the responsibility of the state. Why say the film can disturb the communal harmony of the state, which is why we are giving the censor board 15 more days to rethink their certification?
The Sangha Parivar think tanks, they are living in the North India, doesn't know the real story of Kerala.
Okay.
I'm coming from a land which is very close to Shabarimala, just 60 kilometers away from Shabarimala. Every day I can see thousands of Hindu devotees. They are coming to Shabarimala. Firstly, they going and offering at Wawar Masjid. It's a Muslim masjid. Firstly, they are going to Wawar Masjid. Then they goes to Shabarimala. This is the real story of Kerala. My question I want to ask here: why they are not taking movies? Rajasthan story, Gujarat story, Madhya Pradesh story. Why purposefully? There is an agenda that so far Kerala is not a land for BJP. Kerala is not a land for Sangha Parivar politics. Kerala is an exceptional case which shows the communal harmony, the real spirit of secularism.
Okay.
The BJP and the Sangha Parivar, the think tanks, they purposefully they want to tarnish the image of Kerala. For that purpose, they are producing these kinds of films. You know that Article 19 of the Indian Constitution, which says that freedom of speech and expression and these rights are not...
If that is the case, then the ruling dispensation in Kerala should seek a ban.
Nobody can have public order. Nobody can have the public morality.
No. Okay, fine. No, fine. But if Professor Baby, the dispensation in the state feels so strongly about the matter reaching court and Kerala story 2, being released or not being released, then the state needs to step up and officially ask for a ban. Have they done that? No. So they are cribbing, criticizing, but they are not actually asking for a ban. But Colonel Binny, I'll give you the last word. The allegation right from day one, irrespective of what has happened in court today and irrespective of what will happen in the court now, has been that this is the BJP's right-wing ecosystem that gets into action every time there is an election in any state, and they do all this divisive, polarizing, agenda-making films. Because their only job is to polarize and try and get votes. This is the allegation that is being made against you by none other than the Chief Minister of the state.
See, what I want to say here is, Professor Ronnie K. Baby just mentioned that the real story is, Vavar and Sabrimala. If I can ask him, has the most number of people who have gone to join ISS in India, is it from Kerala? Yes. Has the most number of people who's been arrested of PFI, Popular Front of India in India is from Kerala? Yes. Has the professor whose hand has been chopped off because he took the name of a prophet is from Kerala? Yes. Was people from Kerala who are found fighting them as militants in Kashmir? Yes. So to tell, and can you refute the fact that right on the streets of Kerala, there were threats being raised against Christians and Hindus by a small child? Can you refute that? No. Now, was there any place in India where Hamas was given an audience by the state government and everybody was there to listen to Hamas leader coming and saying, giving sermon to the secular Kerala? Did it happen in any other place?
But Colonel
No.
Dini, do you actually believe India is going to become an Islamic republic ruled by the Sharia by 2047?
Ma'am, I don't believe in that.
So look at the trailer of the film. Do you agree with the way beef is being force-fed to a young girl?
See, ma'am, that is what I'm trying to tell you. It is a movie. Let's keep movies as movies and facts as facts. Because Professor Ronnie K. Baby brought out some facts, I am bringing you some facts. Let him refute that these are things which I said is wrong. Let him refute that what I said is wrong. I can say a movie can be made in any way. Now, let's say PK, 2014 Amir Khan movie. We all love that movie. But how was it showing Hindu gods in that? Does it mean that that is a real story? No. So let's keep movie as movie and let's face facts as facts.
I will hope that the BJP remembers that and the central government remembers that when there is a film festival next time in Kerala and they don't ban the 19 films that they did. Also, Vijay, I know you want to say something. Can I just say something for a minute and then you can respond? I would urge all our panelists here to look at the Kerala Gazette, right? And look at what the numbers they have put out as far as conversions are concerned. Have the most people who have converted in Kerala, have they converted to Islam? Please see the Kerala Gazette and tell me what the answer is. Next time. Vijay, I'll give you 10 seconds. Please respond.
Okay, I'll quickly respond to your comment on the 19 movies. It was not banned because censor board had a problem or Indian government had a problem. It showed some of the content which was related to our, to countries which had diplomatic relations with us. So in international film festivals, the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting has to ensure that, screening certain political propaganda doesn't ruin our diplomatic relations with other countries. That is about foreign policy, not local censorship.
So you banned what was perceived as propaganda against some foreign allies. But you will not ban something that is being seen as propaganda by the BJP. Kya Mithun? Ye to logic nahi bana. Anyway, we leave it there for the moment. Ye logical nahi tha. We leave it there for the moment. In 5 minutes from now, a division bench of the Kerala High Court will be listening to the matter. This is an urgent plea that is being heard. The producers have approached them. Let's see if the ban is reversed. We'll keep our viewers updated. For the moment, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.